Nice work if you can get it, and you can get it if you only try.
My mother, Viola Elizabeth Drenkhahn, was born in 1917 on a farm outside Danbury, Iowa, to Andrew and Anna Drenkhahn. She was the first of 6 children. Viola's father died in a car accident in 1928 when his Model T Ford collided with a train at a poorly marked crossing. As a result, the family had very little money, with Viola's mother, a Norwegian immigrant, cleaning houses to supplement the $42 a month they received from the railroad as compensation for the death of Viola's father. Viola attended country school and then the Danbury Public School. Along the way, she skipped 2 grades and was on track to graduate from high school early. As the oldest child, Viola undoubtedly felt responsible for her siblings and her mother. For 3 months in the summer of 1933, before starting her senior year of high school, Viola enrolled in Samuel's Beauty College in Sioux City, Iowa. After high school graduation, she came back to Samuel's Beauty College and completed her 1,500 hours of beautician's instruction. She then opened her beauty shop in the back room of Eric's Barber Shop in Danbury on December 8, 1934. She was not yet 18. This is a decoupage version of one of Viola's early business cards. Back then, she called her business Vi's Beauty Nook. She bought all of her supplies and equipment from a barber and beauty supply company for $11.45 a month until the debt was paid. Vi's shop was open 6 days, including Wednesday and Saturday evenings. In those early years, she ended her workdays by walking 1.5 miles to her rural home, where she lived with her mother and younger siblings. Then, Viola started dating my father, Loren Rogge. Just 3 years older, Loren had also grown up in Danbury and graduated from the local high school. While they were courting, my dad was in the Civilian Conservation Corps in Iowa, Minnesota, and Arkansas. They wrote letters back and forth. In 1939, the 2 of them eloped, driving a car that leaked oil all the way to Elk Point, South Dakota, where they got married. This was before my father became a car mechanic.
Loving one who loves you, and then taking that vow. Nice work if you can get it, and if you get it, won't you tell me how?
Viola continued to work as a hairdresser, and her business continued to thrive. In 1948, Viola's brother Lawrence, a bricklayer, convinced her to build her own shop. For $3,000, with Lawrence and Vi's husband Lorne constructing the building, she was able to have a shop all her own. Her business continued to do well. Along the way, the children started coming. Pictured here are my mother, my sister Leah, and baby Doug. Altogether, she would have 5 children, Roger, Leah, Doug, Bill, and when she was 44 years old, me. I can only imagine the challenges she faced in juggling her business and her home life as a wife and mother. Looking back, I can recall how often she worked all day at the shop and then came home to fix dinner for a hungry family. Of course, we all benefited from having a mom as a hairdresser. For the first 18 years and well beyond that, I did not pay for a haircut. Because my hair was fine, she favored the pixie. If only I had a picture of the year she did a Dorothy Hamill wedge haircut. Or the wigs I got to keep and wear to school. Then there was the afro, a period of time we've all tried to forget in my family, and a somewhat tame version of the Farrah Fawcett hairdo. To keep up with the latest hairstyles and techniques, Viola attended training on a regular basis. These plaques acknowledge her attendance at these sessions. While they were not actual awards, she liked to display them in her shop as they demonstrated how she had continued to stay current over the years. But Vi discovered that she also needed to maintain earlier styles and techniques, as some of her customers preferred that. For several years, an elderly pioneer woman with extremely long hair came to Viola to have her unwind it, unbraid it, wash and dry it, braid it again, and wrap the braid around the crown of her head again. I imagine the most memorable and terrifying moment was Grandma Drenkhahn, Viola's own mother, collapsing from a serious stroke while Mom was giving her a perm. The doctor was getting ready to declare Grandma dead when she fortunately came to, for which I am sure my mother and the rest of the family were extremely grateful. On December 8, 1984, Vi Rogge celebrated her 50th year in business. 67-year-old Vi proudly greeted customers and hairdressers who had worked with her over the years, including my sister Leah, who had worked with her for 5 years. Although Vi slowed down in her remaining years, she never stopped cutting, perming, and styling hair. Retirement did not seem like an option. She worked until 1989, shortly before her death from cancer.
Nice work, nice work, nice work, and if you get it, won't you tell me how?